Welcome back. We're here at Haas Pavilion. The tip-off for the Bears and the Huskies is just about underway. I'm Matthew Flores alongside here with Rohan Gandhi. Coach Mark Fox and the Bears look to finish the season off on a promising note after a historically bad season thus far. Cal has an overall record of 3-24 and a 2-14 conference record as the Pac-12 regular season is reaching an end in the coming weeks. There's no arguing Cal hasn't had the season they hoped for, and as they're dead last in the Pac-12, there's not much to say about what went wrong with this team this season. In relation, the Huskies 7-10 in conference play and a 15-13 overall record. But as the game is getting ready to tip off, Rohan, got to ask you, what are you looking forward to seeing in tonight's matchup between Cal and Washington?
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting and looking forward to seeing a nice defensive matchup here. Last time out, I believe the Huskies only allowed around, 47 points against Oregon State. That's a pretty solid defensive effort. And we've seen some solid defensive efforts from this Cal team this year, but the offense hasn't been able to support it. So I'd be looking for a nice defensive effort.
Definitely defensive effort. We'd love to see it from the Bears this season. Tip-off is just about set. Flores teaming the big men out of Germany. And the Huskies win the tip. They bring it up court. Swing it around. Lots of passes this far for Washington. Looking to find an open shot. The jump shot, and it's good for the Huskies. That's Keon Menefield, the freshman guard.
Yeah, Menefield, he's been pretty solid for the Huskies this year. A nice, quick freshman.
Definitely, Menefield can put up buckets with the best of them, the young freshman guard. Flores teaming down low, puts up a shot. It's no good, rebounded by the Huskies, number 34, the big 7-footer for Washington. Washington has the ball at half court, swing it around. Looking for an open jump shot. Swing it down low to number 34, Braxton Mia. Pick and roll action for the Huskies so far. An elbow jump shot for the Huskies, and it's good. And the jump shot right there for their best player, Keon Brooks Jr., number 1.
Grant Newell just got a little bit too aggressive there, trying to get the steal away from Braxton Mia, and he was able to just give it to Brooks for a nice elbow jumper.
Yeah, and that's what Brooks does. One of the best two-point shooters in NCAA, especially the Pac-12. He loves those two-point shots, especially right at the elbow. And Cal misses a layup, rebounded by the Huskies. Take it up court. They're pushing the pace, and they slow it down. Mia dishes to number 1, Brooks. Brooks at the elbow, swings it back to 22. Huskies with a jump shot, no good, rebounded by Kwani. Joel Brown brings it up court, back to Kwani again. Kwani dribbles, screen by Tiemann, swings it back to Joel Brown, back to Kwani again. Monty Bowser dribbles at the wing, swings it back to Brown. The jump shot, 3, no good by Bowser. Rebounded by Washington. Menefield brings it back up court. Crossover again. Swings it. Back to Brooks, dribble penetration. And he draws the foul. Washington leads this far, 4-0 with 17 minutes left.
And this is a, unfortunately, unsurprising start to the game for Cal. We've seen a lot of slow starts, 0 points in the first 2 and almost a half minutes, and going to have to break out of this slump sooner rather than later.
Definitely, you don't want to get a slow start against this Washington Husky squad. Brooks with the first free throw attempt. It's good. The transfer out of Kentucky, Keon Brooks Jr., very talented prospect here, down for the Huskies. Played for Kentucky under Coach John Calipari for a few years before transferring his last year to Brooks. We'll talk about him all game as he's one of the best players on this court tonight. 6-0 Huskies lead as we start this game off. Joel Brown brings it up court for the Bears. Swings it to Monty Bowser. Swings it back to Joel Brown. Down low. Grant Newell, elbow shot, and it's good. Bears get their first points of the night. 2-6. Huskies lead.
That's some nice, quick, decisive passing to find a little gap in the area.
Definitely. Menefield swings it back to Brooks. Brooks down low to Mia, big 7-footer as mentioned. Getting big down there against Tiemann. And Tiemann with the emphatic block against the Huskies. That was Cole Bajima for the Huskies going up against the big 7-footer Tiemann and gets rejected. Huskies are on defense now. The Bears bring it back up to half court. Swinging it around. Bowser looks for Newell, not there. Back to Kwani. Back to Newell at the free throw line. Kwani dribble penetration. Throws up a shot, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies. Keon Brooks brings it up court, pushing the tempo. Brooks goes up, and it gets stripped. Minifield throws it off. Seems to be Bowser. And it looks to be Huskies' ball with 16 minutes left so far.
It looked like Monty Bowser could have just kind of grabbed that one off the floor, tried to let it run out, and paid the price.
Inbound, Huskies. Swinging around perimeter. Minifield with his explosive crossover. Step back. Back to Brooks. To Jamal Bay. The three, it's no good. Rebounded by Kwani. And there's a foul on the floor, it seems to be. Jamal Bay looking for the foul as he put up a three-pointer. And it's coming back for the Bears. And it looks like Monty Bowser's going to have some free throw attempts for the Bears. What are you seeing so far, Rohan? What are you liking this far for the Bears? They're only down by 4 points.
I'd say, the defense, it's been solid. I would say the Huskies have done a good job of converting on their chances from outside of the paint, but Lars Tiemann, especially on that one play where he got a block, has been a solid presence in the paint and not allowing them to get easy buckets.
Definitely. And Andy Okafor, number 24, checks in for the Bears. Or check that, Sam Alajinki, I should rather say, the forward, 6'7" man out of Dundalk, Ireland. Bears bring it up court, 3-6, the Huskies lead. Bowser dribbles it at half, swings it to Loris Tiemann. Tiemann finds Kwani down low, and it's stolen by the Huskies. They push it up tempo. Minifield drives it, swings it to Bay. Bay drives it once again, dishes it back out, back to Minifield for three. And it's good. A three-pointer made by Minifield. Huskies lead 9-3.
Once again, everything is on the perimeter right now for Washington. Can't get anything on the inside, but they're hitting their threes. They're hitting their long twos.
Kwani doubled. Swings it to Alajiki. Alajiki to Monty Bowser. Up high, wild pass. Back to Kwani for three. No good. Rebounded by Jamal Bay, number 5 for the Huskies. Huskies bring it back up. Keon Minifield. Push the tempo. Crossover once again. Dishes up a floater. No good. Rebounded by Kwani.
That's just the big man, Lars Tiemann. He's such a presence here, and here's Brown on the fast break.
Joel Brown drives and draws the foul. Huskies lead 9-3 with 15 minutes left. Foul on the floor. We're going to take a short commercial break. Send it back to Elias Myers, our sound engineer for the night. You're listening to Cal X Radio at 90.7 FM. Your source for all things Cal Sports. We're here live at Haas Pavilion as the California Golden Bears men's basketball team takes on the Washington Huskies. And after immediate timeout, Cal inbounds the ball. Joel Brown, number 1 for the Bears, looks to find an open teammate as the Huskies lead 9-3 so far. Brown dishes it to Newell off the inbounds pass. Back to Brown. Swings it around to Monty Bowser, to Alajiki. Back to Grant Newell. Pump fake. Baseline jump shot. It's good. 5-9. Huskies lead.
And Grant Newell has really improved that mid-range game. It's become a signature point of his game, and he's making the most of it here.
It's a great point you bring up, Rohan. Seen a lot of confidence throughout the season of Grant Newell, and he's getting a lot more points as this season winds down, and you can see the confidence for that player, an IMG Academy prospect. Huskies get big down low. Number 34 swings it back for three. No good. Rebounded by Grant Newell. Dishes it to Joel Brown. Brings it up court. The Bears slow the tempo down. Alajinki with a fresh cut. New look for the Bears and Alajinki. Missed three by Monty Bowser. Rebounded by the Huskies. And it looks like one of the Huskies stepped out of bounds, but no call there. They continue to hold the ball. They bring it up court. Keon Menefield loses dribble passes. It's Keon Brooks Jr. He loses it. Stolen. Grant Newell brings it up. Layup. No good. Missed. And there's a fight for the ball. And Grant Newell seemed to get a hand on this ball the previous possession and stripped it from Keon Brooks Jr. And he missed the layup. Although it was contested, he did miss it.
Yeah, that's a play where I'm expecting Grant Newell to just slam it home. But a great play by, I'm not sure if it was Grant Newell or Joel Brown who ended up picking in his pocket there, but that's just a classic steal, and it turns into a fast break. Couldn't convert, though.
Definitely. You would love to see the Bears convert on their opportunities. As Joel Brown inbounds it to 20-20. 20-20. Swings it around. Back to Grant Newell. Pump fake, and he slings it. Looking for Kwani elbow. Kwani drives and loses it. Picked up by Menefield. Dishes it to another Husky. Back to Menefield with alley-oop, and it's good.
That's how you convert a fast break.
Yeah, that's how you convert in a fast break, and the Huskies aren't playing right now as they lead 11-5. Joe Brown swings it back to Alajiki. Andy Okafor with the screen. Joe Brown. Back to Alajiki. He's not afraid to shoot that thing. Lets it rip, and he misses. Kwani. Giving some tight defense against Keon Brooks as the Huskies struggle to bring it back to the half court, and it's a loose ball on the floor.
That is a great defensive sequence for Kwani. I mean, he almost stole it 3 times. It ends up in a jump ball. That's just effort.
Yeah, that's effort. And that's something we haven't really seen from this men's basketball team for Cal this season. You know, when we talk about the basketball programs here at Cal, we've seen the women fight game in and game out. And along those lines, Rohan, I mean, what's at stake for Cal at this game? I mean, Cal is on pace for having the worst record in program history, right? But not only that, they're on pace for possibly reaching 29 losses if they don't win any of the remaining 4 regular season games, which would then set a Pac-12 record for defeats. Not the season Cal Athletic Director Jim Knowlton had hoped for, and certainly not the season Cal head coach Mark Fox and his roster had in mind. I mean, Rohan, there's a lot that's gone wrong for this team this season, right? Injuries have riddled this team from the start. You talk about star Devin Askew being out the season with sports hernia, for example. Health is a major part of the game. But for you, I mean, what went wrong for this Cal team this season?
I mean, there's plenty of blame to go around here, but I would say the way this team was coached this year just wasn't adequate. I mean, Mark Fox, you know, he came to this squad with lots of expectations, and I mean, even with all the injuries, this is a team that should be good enough to win more than 3 games. I mean,
definitely, it's been a horrible season to say the least, with just 3 wins for the Cal Bears this season, one of the worst teams throughout the land, and with one more home game on Saturday against Washington State, the Bears look to end the season off right for their fans down here in Berkeley at Haas Pavilion. But for now, they have big task at hand against the Washington Huskies, who currently lead 11-5. Layup, and it's blocked by Kwani. And they're going to call goaltending instead. 13-5. Timeout by the Huskies. And a pretty close matchup thus far. Huskies coming off a pair of wins against the Oregon squads, the Oregon Ducks and the Oregon State Beavers. Cal coming off a trip to SoCal that resulted in 2 lopsided defeats against USC and number 4 ranked UCLA. The Golden Bears and the Huskies faced off earlier this season on January 14th in a thrilling overtime win for Washington with a score of 81-78. Cal forward Grant Newell really had himself a game in that loss, 21 points and 10 boards. But Cal lost that game because they couldn't get much help outside of Newell's scoring. And, you know, Washington was led by star guard Keon Johnson Jr., who had 26 points and 10 rebounds. Rohan, I mean, for you, what have you seen between both of these squads as of recent? and most importantly in their other matchup earlier this season?
Well, I mean, Washington, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they're coming off a solid defensive effort against Oregon State, only allowing 47 points, and that's, if you have a competent offense, that's usually going to result in a win. Cal, I mean, those are lopsided defeats. I was watching the UCLA game. You scored 2 points in the first 10 minutes. It's pretty unheard of, as that's Obina Anyalu knocking down the first free throw. So definitely two different trajectories for this team right now.
Oh, definitely. I mean, something we've been talking about all season for Cal X Radio, if you've been tuning into us all season, is this Cal men's basketball team. We talk about how bad they've been, but I mean, they haven't won a game since January 6th, dating back to that game you were at, Rohan, watching. They played Stanford and beat them. What's changed for you, Rohan, of this team? What's gone wrong for Cal?
I mean, that game against Stanford, I really liked the pace of the game. I liked the way the ball was moving on offense, and I just haven't seen that from this team here, as there's a three-pointer for Washington.
Close game this far with 10 minutes left. Washington leads 16-7 in a pretty low-scoring game. And the Bears have it at half court. Joel Brown, Monty Bowser. Monty Bowser directs the offense. Flores Teeman down low at the free throw line. Back to Teeman, low block, gets big. And he makes it with a possible chance of converting the and one. Flores Teeman, the veteran center for the Bears.
That is just some strength right there. I mean, he got hacked there, and he still was able to finish.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Fox loves to see. I mean, the veteran German, Loris Steeman, steady figure in this Cal men's basketball program throughout his tenure, as he misses the free throw. Rebounded by the Huskies. And that's Corin Johnson, the 6'2 guard out of Seattle, Washington, brings it up court. He's shifty. Swings it back to another shifty guard, number 23, Kenyon Menifield. There's a foul on the floor. Some pretty talented players for the Huskies, as we've been talking about. Keon Johnson, the Kentucky transfer, recently just scored his 1,000th career point against Arizona State just last month. Former 5-star recruit out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Interesting story with that player. I mean, Keon Brooks, the shots wide, and the Bears will take possession. Keon Brooks, I mean, declared for the draft last season before withdrawing last minute and announcing he was going to transfer to the Huskies. And they're grateful to have him in his last season here playing collegiate ball.
Yeah, clearly a talented guy. They tried to hit him on a crazy alley-oop play that didn't quite pan out, but that's the kind of athleticism that he has. He can go up and get some alley-oops and like that.
Definitely. And he's the second leading scorer in the Pac-12 is Keon Brooks for Washington. Grant Newell baseline. He loves that shot. It's no good. He's going to stay on the floor for the Bears. Bears are very much in this game. Score is 16-9 with 9 minutes left here as Joel Brown inbounds it for the Bears. Brown, wild pass. Somehow Newell gets a hold of it. He drives, Euro step. No good. Oh, it is. Crazy shot by Newell, and he has a chance to get the and one for the Bears.
That was a very wild inbounds pass, and it turned into an and one. We'll take it.
We'll take it. Why not? As Haas Pavilion is livid on a Thursday night here, as they hope to see their California Golden Bears get a win against the Huskies, as Newell looks to convert on the and one. Shots up, and it's good. Washington inbounds it, and it's number 0, Corin Johnson. Washington hometown kid dribbles, crossover through the legs. Stops his dribble, dishes it to number 34, Braxton Mia. Looks for an open man. Swings to Keon Brooks Jr. He gets to his shot whenever he wants. He loves those 2-point attempts, and he converts 18-12.
This is the double team that we've been seeing a lot of.
2020 drives it, and he's blocked, it looks like, and the Bears will retain possession. Yeah.
Turn down an open three there.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, Mohammed, we've seen lots of double teams over here, at least whenever the Bears go to the corner. That short corner it is, they're getting swarmed by Huskies. Twenty, down low to Tiemann at the low block. Tiemann misses it, rebounded by Keon Brooks. Huskies push tempo, back to Keon Menefield. Menefield back to Bay, down to Mia, number 34 for the Huskies, the big man against Tiemann. Battle of the 7-footers. There's going to be a foul called against Loris Tiemann, as the two big men were banging down low on the low block.
It's only a 6-point game here, despite the fact that Washington's shooting 50% from the field compared to Cal shooting 19%, as Menefield's got an open three and he's going to miss it.
Rebounded by Kwani. Back to Joel Brown. Joel Brown, the two-way slashing guard for the Bears. We see Marcellus Roberson getting some playing time. Newell gets blocked. That is by Braxton Mia, the big man for the Huskies, holding down the paint.
I like the idea from Grant Newell there, trying to use the pump fake. Everybody thinks he's going to shoot that mid-range jumper.
20 for three. No good. Rebounded by Mia.
Three-pointers just won't fall for Cal this year, or in especially this game.
Especially. Menefield drives. And he goes up and under with the reverse layup. Beautiful shot by Menefield, the dynamic freshman guard for the Huskies. 20-12, the Huskies lead. 7 minutes to go. Grant Newell at that elbow where he lives at, down to Tiemann to the low block. Loris Tiemann loses it, unsurprisingly, and Menefield brings it back up. Behind the back, he gets shifty. Shot by Corin Johnson, no good. Rebounded by Tiemann.
Yeah, that turnover by Tiemann is something we've seen all too much of over his 4-year career here.
Yeah, we've seen that throughout Loris Tiemann's career, no doubt. As the Bears are at the half-court set, Newell down to Tiemann once again. He bangs, throws up a shot, and they're going to call an offensive foul as Tiemann used a push-off on his forearm to get the shot up and in, but it's no good. And with that, California Golden Bears men's basketball team facing off against the Washington Huskies. Huskies currently leading this game at 20-12 with 7 minutes left. It's going back from a media timeout. And Huskies shooting 47% from the field, and Cal shooting a measly 17% from the field, shooting 4 from 23 on their shots. And they're 0-4 in their last field goals, scoring drought of over 2 minutes. With that, Huskies bring it up court. And there's a foul on the floor, but with all that being said, as Rohan mentioned to start this game, it's going to be a game about defense. And Coach Fox has these Bears playing some tight defense tonight. And we're only down 8 points.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of that field goal percentage. 0% on threes, 17% from the field.
Bears steal the ball. Joel Brown brings it up, dishes it to N.D. Okafor, goes up. 20-20 to put back, no good. Back to Alajiki, or it's Shem Alajiki, who puts it up after a wild shot was put up by one of the Bears, and it's going to be at the free throw line, chance for two.
These fast breaks, it's like there's a lid on the rim. I mean, these are layups, and two tries from within 3 feet couldn't go in, but at least he got to the free throw line.
Alajiki, first one's no good. And if you've paid attention to anything about this Cal men's basketball team this season, you know that whenever there's a chance to convert an easy shot, more likely than not, they're going to miss on it. It goes back to their record of only having 3 wins as he nails the second. Aljiki does. 13-20. Huskies lead. Menefield, that dynamic guard, swings it. Warren Johnson looks for an open man. Back to Keon Brooks Jr. And he's fouled. The Washington team led by Keon Brooks Jr. and their big man down at the paint, Braxton Mia. Sets a screen for Warren Johnson. Swings it back. Jamal Bay to Mia. Brings it back up. Swings it to Brooks. And he's at the perimeter. Drives. And an emphatic dunk by Keon Brooks Jr. See that on SportsCenter tonight, fellas.
That is definitely going on SportsCenter.
20-20. And he's blocked by Brooks, but Rohan, we might have just seen dunk of the year.
That was a crazy dunk by Keon Brooks. I mean, that was contested too, one-handed. He brought that all the way back and put it on his head. That's a statement dunk.
I mean, there was how many Bears in the paint, but it didn't matter to Keon Brooks, the 6'7" senior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Wow. I mean, what is there to say about that? I mean, it just feels like the life was sucked out of here down in Haas Pavilion in Berkeley, as Braxton Mia also went down on the returning possession by the Bears. So they brought it up court, and Mia went down. Braxton Mia, the center for the Huskies, 7'1" junior out of Fresno, California, not too far from Berkeley. And Braxton Mia is fourth in the Pac-12 with blocks, averaging 1.6 per game. It'd be tough if the Huskies had him out for missing any time this game, as he holds down that paint for them.
Looks like they were talking over whether that was a foul or not on Braxton Mia. To Kwani's credit, after that crazy dunk by Keon Brooks, he did try to respond with one of his own. It was blocked, or fouled. I guess he was fouled.
Definitely, and Kwani, he hasn't scored tonight. He's 0-5 on the field, but his defense is playing dividends for the Bears. He's playing hard, and you got to appreciate and respect that if you coach Fox, considering the circumstances of which Cal has been dealt this year with all these injuries and lackluster play, to say the least.
You mentioned how the life was sucked out of the building. Everybody except for Kwani, he'll take a couple of technical free throws here after that crazy sequence.
Definitely, Kwani nails the free throw. His first. Kwani. I see this youngster 3 times a week as I have a sociology class with this man. And Kwani nails the second. He's a sociology major. The 6'9" forward out of Melbourne, Australia.
So now he's going to take the free throws from the foul on his dunk attempt. So lots of free throw opportunities for Kwani.
Definitely. He rattles it around and it goes in. 16-22. He has another free throw attempt.
Out of all the guys, I think he's the one you want taking free throws too. He's knocking them down right now.
Oh.
And missed the fourth one.
Jinxed it. It's rebounded by the Bears though.
Solid sequence.
Yeah, very odd. Joe Brown directs the offense. Lob. The jam to Andy Okafor.
I mean, what a response. Keon Brooks totally took away the momentum, and that is a huge sequence. It's a 4-point game now.
Definitely. Braxton Mia down low. Andy Okafor. And Mia goes up. They're going to call traveling on that?
I think it's an offensive foul, they said. I saw a travel as well, but either way, Cal basketball, some momentum for the Bears here.
Definitely. I mean, Bears very much in this game, down 18-22 with 5 minutes left. And they're going to inbound this ball. It's Grant Newell will, the prospect out of IMG Academy down there in Florida. Produces some of the best high school athletes. And you see Newell here playing for the Bears as they inbound it. Joel Brown Dribbles at the perimeter, back to Grant Newell, still at the perimeter. Swings it back to Joel Brown. Drives penetration. Alajiki loses the ball, gets it back somehow, goes up, and he's fouled after a few pump fakes. Sam Alajiki, number 24 for the Bears, the 6'7" forward out of Dundalk, Ireland.
Yeah, a couple of guys from Dundalk, Ireland combining there. Andy Okafor and Sam Alajiki. More free throws for California.
The two Irishmen. Alajiki misses the first.
The free throw differential is playing a huge role here. 8 out of 12 for California. Only 2 out of 2 for the Huskies.
There's going to be a free throw violation, looks like, by Keon Brooks. Oh.
Went in, so I guess they'll count it.
Yeah, they'll call it. Doesn't matter as the Huskies inbound it. Keon Brooks inbounds it to Corin Johnson. Dribbles it up half court. Screen by Brooks. Back to Keon Menefield. Back to Brooks in the paint where he loves to operate, and they're going to call traveling on Brooks.
Yeah,
uh-oh. As Okafor and Brooks get into it. Hold on. Brooks and Okafor barking back at each other. Love to see it, though, for the Bears. It's nasty and intensity tonight.
I don't think Mark Fox was too happy with that little jab by Andy Okafor, but I mean you gotta love it, getting in the head of their star player. I don't know if this is gonna be a technical foul or anything, but
hey, good Coach Fox, you gotta appreciate that one way or another. Andy Okafor, the big man, as you said, Rohan, out of Dundalk, Ireland. Him and Alajiki both from the same place, Dundalk, Ireland. Former teammates back in the days. And their teammates once again here at Cal. As Washington leads 22-18. The Bears are fighting hard tonight, looking to get a win. First win since possibly January 6th. They can get it done tonight. What do you see so far, Rohan, that you're liking?
I mean, these last few minutes, there's been a lot of momentum for the Bears. Been a lot of effort, a lot of tenacity. Obviously, the free throw line giving some help, but this little sequence here on the previous play, Keon Brooks with a little bit of an illegal jump stop, and then as he's walking away with the ball, you can kind of just see Andy Okafor get in there and just slap the ball out of his hands. And Keon Brooks did not like that, pushed back a little bit. So we'll see what the refs go with here. I'm wondering if it'll be a technical, maybe a double technical.
Definitely. The head coach for Washington, Mike Hopkins, the former Syracuse assistant under legendary coach Jim Boeheim. And he was named Pac-12 Men's Coach of the Year for his first 2 seasons down here in Washington. Was Mike Hopkins. First 2 seasons were great, as they were atop the Pac-12 standings at one point, but it's been a slow downhill route since then, as the Huskies are only a few spots ahead of the Bears in the Pac-12 standings. So Coach Hopkins looking to turn things around as he once did, as his tenure in Washington continues. But currently, Huskies are up 22-18 with just under 5 minutes to play. Things are getting chippy down here at Haas Pavilion.
I'm honestly not entirely sure what they're actually looking to call here, because this is more of a mental kind of play. I mean, he had the ball, he got it knocked out of his hands during a dead ball. But they'll continue to talk it over. A lengthy break here.
Yeah, they're going to talk it over. As the refs come to half court, seems as if they've made a consensus. Let's see what it is.
And after all of that, I think it's just going to be Cal basketball.
Yeah. Pretty pivotal matchup against these two squads. California leads the all-time series at 87-86. So if Washington loses this game, Cal will continue to hold that all-time record against the Huskies. And if the Huskies can win, they'll even it up at 500 with the Bears. So a lot on the line here for these two squads, not just tonight, but history-wise. As, boom, Sam Alajiki flushes it with two hands.
That is a great drive by Sam Alajiki. He realizes he's one of the better shooters on this basketball team. Pump fake. As soon as he sees that space, boom, he goes.
Boom is right. He flushed it with two hands with some tenacity. Kenyon Menafield drives it, dishes it. Brazil Corn Johnson breaks a three-pointer. Huskies throw it away. Bears get the ball. They're only down 2 points. It's 20-22 with 4 minutes left down here at Haas Pavilion. And these Berkeley faithful love what they're seeing.
Chance to tie or take the lead. First of the night. Opportunity you can't pass up.
Definitely. As the Huskies put some half-court pressure on the Bears to possibly rattle these Golden Bears as Joel Brown pump fakes, lobs it up. No good. Rebounded by Okafor, the big man. He fights. He loses it. Rebounded by Brown. Back to 23 for the Bears. Obinya Anyuanu.
Couple of opportunities there underneath the basket. Just can't convert.
Exactly. Corn Johnson. Beautiful pass down low. And it's deflected by Joel Brown, but the Huskies will retain that. And with that, we'll take it to a short break. It's getting lively here at Haas Pavilion. Bears only down 20-22 with 3 minutes left. Welcome back. We're here at Haas Pavilion. I'm Matthew Flores alongside here with my commentary partner, Rohan Gandhi, for some good Pac-12 basketball down here in Berkeley. We're at a Haas Pavilion. Huskies currently leading 22-20 in a pivotal matchup down here in Berkeley. Rohan, please tell us what's going on tonight in Berkeley. What's up with these Bears? What kind of soupy juice have they been drinking tonight?
Man, I don't know what this Berkeley team has changed. Flipped a switch in the last 3 minutes. It's a 7-0 run. The Huskies have turned it over 3 times in the last 2 minutes and 46 seconds. And now the Huskies with the ball. We'll see if the Bears can keep that defensive intensity going. They're going to go with a double team here in the backcourt.
Definitely. Keon Menafield brings it up. The shifty guard. Step back. This is it, number 0. Johnson misses it. And Bears somehow strip it. Joel Brown ends up with it. Pushing it up tempo. He shifted with the quantity for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Huskies with just under 3 minutes left. Menafield dishes it to Corn Johnson, and he gets the conversion with a possible free throw attempt to make it an and 1. As the Huskies now push their lead of 4, potentially 5, down here at Haas Pavilion.
It was a tough sequence for the Bears. Kwani had the open 3, almost went in, couldn't get the shooter's roll, and now a chance for a 3-point play for Corn Johnson.
Yes. Corn Johnson misses it. Rebounded by Sam Alajiki. Gives it back to the guard, Joel Brown, one of the only guards that the Bears have healthy as this season winds down. Brown back to Alajiki. Back to Brown. Back to Kwani at the perimeter. And it's stolen by Corn Johnson. He pushes it up. Fancy dish. And it's blocked by one of the Bears. And Keon Johnson misses it. Wild turn of events right there at possession. Corn Johnson breaks an ankle, reverse. And it's put back by Keon Brooks.
Wild sequence there. I think it was Kwani who came up with the initial block. And then, I don't know, was it Kwani again who got his ankles broken? I mean, some wild plays there.
Bears have the ball, 26-20, Huskies lead. Joel Brown directs the offense. Grant Newell sets a pick for him. Another pick on Menafield, that is. Joel Brown swings it to Okafor, puts up a wild shot. no good. Looks like they're going to call a foul on number 13, Langston Wilson of the Huskies, the 6'9 senior.
I think that foul might have came away from the play during the shot, so it'll still be a shooting foul. And either way, Cal in the bonus plus the double bonus. So 2 free throws for Andy Okafor.
Okafor lines up for the first. And he breaks it off the front rim. It's no good. And Bears need to convert on these free throws as they're very much in this game. And you got to make those open shots. Free throws are the name of the game. And if you can't make those, you're not going to win any games, especially at this level. Second shot is up and it's good for Andy Okafor. Marcellus Robertson checks in for Okafor. Takes him out. Bears have a small lineup now, as it looks like Alex Jenkins is going to be the biggest man on the floor, and he's only about 6'7" or so, 230 pounds. He's a forward.
Makes sense, though. I mean, it looks like Washington's also running a small lineup without Braxton Mia on the floor, so.
Yeah, to your point, pretty small lineup for the Huskies as well. Keon Benefield, the point guard for the Huskies, looks for an open man. Corin Johnson. Corin Johnson loses his dribble, swings it to Keon Brooks. The spin move baseline, he loves that. And he just converts on the turnaround J. That's an NBA shot right there. You see the potential that this man possesses. It's 1 minute left here at half.
It was a well-defended play by Newell. His Newell step-back mid-range jumper. That's his shot. Another mid-range jumper for Grant Newell.
Grant Newell, he loves those mid-range J's. 23-28, Huskies lead with 50 seconds left. Benefield drives. A wild shot. It's no good. Looks like there's going to be a foul, and he'll probably get some free throw attempts, it looks like. Keon Benefield, number 23 for the Huskies, a 6'1 guard. Only 150 pounds, but a freshman, very talented out of Flint, Michigan. He's a bucket getter, to say the least. Herky-jerky play style. Kind of reminds you of Jamal Crawford, to say the least. And coming off a Pac-12 Freshman of the Week this week due to his performance against the Oregon Ducks.
Got some air on that layup try and just didn't go in.
Yeah, he misses the first free throw for the Huskies. Lots of missed free throws tonight. Both squads. And there's going to be a timeout by Coach Fox and the Bears. We'll keep things around here as we have a very close game, 5-point game. Huskies currently leading. And some stats so far. Washington's point leader, no surprise, Keon Brooks with 12 so far. Leading rebounder for the Huskies is Braxton Mia with 6. The leading assist man of the night for the Huskies is Keon Benefield with 2. Team highs for the California Golden Bears. We have Grant Newell with 9 points leading. Kwani with 5 rebounds in the night so far. And leading assist man is Marcellus Robertson with 1. And Cal only has 5 assists tonight, but I mean, throughout this season, it's not something they've done well, is passing the ball and getting assists.
Yeah, passing is a team that gets a lot of assists, especially in the NBA. You look at teams like the Warriors, they're just known for swinging the ball around all the time. Those are the teams that have good offenses. This team has not done that well. But this game looking pretty similar to the one earlier this season, in which it's Keon Brooks and Grant Newell dominating the game.
Benefield lines up and makes the second after missing the first, 29-23. Yeah, to your point, Rohan, this is looking very much like the first game they had in the back end of January, which the Huskies won in overtime by a few points. But things looking very much similar here tonight at Haas Pavilion with about 40 seconds left at the half. Joe Brown dishes it. Grant Newell up, and he's fouled. Grant Newell loves hanging around that block and that baseline. He has a chance to convert some free throws.
Such a dynamic player. I mean, he does such a good job of using the pump fake. Goes under. He knows he's going to feel that pressure from the back. He knows he's going to get contact. Able to draw the foul.
Definitely. Grant Newell lines up. And that's Cash for the first free throw. As Samuel Jakey subs out. And Obinya Onwuanu, the forward, subs in. There's going to be a timeout on the floor. We'll keep things here. There's only 30 seconds left at half.
It's definitely an important last 30 seconds for Cal. I mean, there's a big difference between maybe a 4-point deficit at halftime and a 7-point deficit. So, or 6, but the Huskies are going to have a full 30 seconds regardless of what Grant Newell does on this next free throw. So going to have to be 30 seconds of good defense for the Bears.
Definitely. Cal seeking its first win against the Huskies since January 9th of 2021. It's been a minute for the Bears. That win was actually an 84-78 victory down here in Berkeley. Cal has won 2 of 3 games against Washington and Berkeley under head coach Mark Fox. Grant Newell lines up for his second free throw attempt. It's up and it's no good. Rebounded by Huskies. Warren Johnson. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds left. Corin Brooks dribbling it out. Huskies lead 29-24. Corin Brooks ISO-ing as Mike Hopkins directs the offense. Corin drives. Swings it to number 22. Obajima drains the 3. And that's going to be the half. The Huskies currently leading 32-24 down here at Haas Pavilion in a crucial matchup. Matthew Flores once again alongside here with Rohan Gandhi. Some Pac-12 basketball as the Bears and the Huskies enter their locker rooms. Halftime will begin. We'll take things back to the studio at the Social Sciences Building with Elias Myers for the halftime show. We thank you for tuning in. We'll be back shortly. You're listening to Cal X Radio, 90.7 FM, your source for all things. Welcome back. We're here live at Haas Pavilion. Matthew Flores alongside here with my partner of the night, Rohan Gandhi. Current score at half. We bring it back from the half, I should rather say. 32-24. Cal's down with 20 minutes left to go. And Washington brings it up court. Metafield dishes it to number 22, Cole Benjamin for 3. It's no good. It'll be a foul on the floor. After a pretty competitive and close half, Cal looks to get their first lead of the night, despite shooting 23% of the field, 7 of 30 on their field goal attempts. 3-point shot by the Huskies, no good. It's air ball rebounded by Cal. Grant Newell dishes it to Joel Brown. He brings it up court for the Bears. Stops, swings it to Kwani. Gives it to teammate at the high block. Joel Brown for 3. Bricks it, rebounded by the Huskies. Keon Menifield brings it up court. Swings it. Down to Braxton Mia. Jamal Bay swings it back to Menifield. Screen by Mia, pick and roll action. Back to Keon Brooks. Big crossover, stolen by Grant Newell. He brings it, and he loses it momentarily. He gets it back. Joe Brown swings to Kwani. Pump fake, Euro step, spin. Some herky-jerky movement, no good. Rebounded by the Huskies.
So the first half didn't exactly end the way we wanted. Bears had it down to 4. Looks like Metafield's going to get to the line here. Bears had it down to 4. A little run by Washington at the end of the half, and that's why, a lot of people say the end of the half, the end of the quarter, it's always the most important part of the game. It can really change the dynamic.
Definitely.
Still no scoring in this second half, though. Menifield did not go to the line, by the way.
Menifield drives, Layup no good. Put back by Braxton Mia. The big man slams it through for the Huskies.
That's an area that the Bears had been doing well on the offensive glass, on the defensive glass overall, but I mean Braxton Mia is such a big body. He's gonna get a few of those.
Grant Newell misses a three. It's going to stay on the floor. It's going to be a foul. Cal remains with the ball with 18 left in the second half. 34-24. The Huskies lead so far. Cal's yet to swish and make home a three-pointers. 20-20 pump fakes. Dishes it to Monty Bowser. Dumps it off the Demon. Ball gets stuck. As mentioned, Cal's yet to sink home with three ball.
That's an unfortunate break for Lars team in there, but at least the Bears will keep it after the ball got stuck on his layup attempt.
Yes, it's inbound to 20-20. Monty Bowser. Back to 20-20. He drives. A wild shot. I'm going to call a blocking foul. Actually, 20-20 is looking to go to the line as he drives for a wild shot.
And Kwani, to start the second half, he's just running to the hoop, and who knows what's going to happen next. He gets to the line here, though, so.
Kwani 0-7 for the night. Makes his first field goal. And he's been living at the free throw line. He's 4 of 5 in the night now. Go along with 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 turnovers and 1 block. 20 minutes for Kwani. Misses the second free throw. 25-34, the Huskies lead. Minifield brings it up. He dribbles through the legs off the screen by Mia. Jamal Bay, number 5 for the Huskies.
Kwani didn't like the call there. He thought it was all ball.
Yeah, with that, Jamal Bay will be heading to the free throw line. He's yet to get any points tonight. He'll look to change that. He's 0-3. He lines up for the first. Jamal Bay, grad student for the Huskies. Program's all-time games leader, played with over 141 games played for the Huskies. Veteran presence for Washington. He played out of Bishop Gorman High School. He was the 2017-2018 Gatorade Player of the Year down in Nevada as he nails the second. Joel Brown brings it back up for the Bears. Dishes it to Monty Bowser. As we have Oski in front of us, the Cal mascot. He says hello to us. Joel Brown dishes it back to Monty Bowser. Not Bowser from Super Mario, if you know what I mean. Bowser for 3. Bricks it.
Man, the three-pointers just won't fall. That's a wide open 3, and I think Washington is just starting to realize, look, they're not going to make a 3.
Oh, and Minifield drops Joel Brown. He pumps up a three-pointer. It's no good. Rebounded by Brown. He pushes it up tempo. Transition, puts up a wild shot. It's no good. Rebounded by the Huskies, and Minifield brings it back up for Washington. A lob. The jam by Braxton Mia. 38-25 for the Huskies.
Already not a great start to the second half for the Bears. Man, the fast breaks, they're the easiest ones to convert, and Cal just can't score on them.
Monty Bowser, free throw line, drains it. 27-38. Huskies still leading with 16 minutes to go at the half. Remember, college basketball is only 2 periods, at least for the men. And 16 minutes here to go. As Jamal Bay dribbles, crossover, swings it back to Brooks. Keon Brooks drives, loses it. Rebounded by the Bears. They push it back up tempo again. Transition. Pass to Bowser. He goes up, and he makes it. Monty Bowser starting to get going. 29-38.
Seems like Grant Newell's starting to figure out Keon Brooks a little bit there. He's got a few of those steals where he tries to drive in and Lowell just reaches in and picks his pocket.
Definitely, Benjamin drives. It's going to be a foul on the floor. And looks like someone just got thrown out the game. Appears to be one of the Cal coaches. Assistant coach, that is, after a few back and forth bits of chirping.
No, that's actually Monty Bowser. Monty Bowser just fouled out of the game. It is only 5 minutes into the second half, and Monty Bowser has just picked up his 5th foul.
Wow.
I wasn't even aware. I mean, this is far too early for me to usually be keeping track of who's going to foul out of the game, but Bowser has fouled out of the game, and Cal grows even thinner at the guard position.
Definitely. Monty Bowser, we didn't even see with 5 fouls. Then he got a T before he got thrown out of here. And Berkeley faithful not loving it. They're booing at these refs.
This is one of the earliest times I've ever seen somebody conventionally foul out of the game.
Very unusual kind of events here as this half unfolds. Washington still leads 38-29 as we have a media timeout. We'll keep things here. I mean, Rohan, what are you seeing so far in this second half? What's different from this half compared to the first for you?
This half actually surprisingly seems to have a bit of pace. It's not really because these teams are shooting well, but it's got a bit of a back and forth nature in this second half, and right now that favors Washington. But it is exciting to watch. The Cal, I mean, there's something magical about that 3-point line. Earlier, we saw Monty Bowser take about one step in from the 3-point line. And he splashes it. Every 3-pointer just won't go in. 0 of 10.
0 of 10 that is, and it's something that we've talked about on air in terms of Cal X throughout the season is Cal's lack of shooting. And they don't have that many 3-ball players on this team, and with Monty Bowser, another guard out for this team, it's going to be tough for Cal to lay home some trays. Coach Mark Fox, actually, who's the head coach of this team, was an assistant under Lynn Lance at Washington from 1991 to 1993. Fox, 2-6 in his career against the Huskies, with one loss coming into 2000 NCAA tournament, if you remember that, against, while he was at Georgia, I should rather say. But Cal still in this game tonight, down here in Berkeley at Haas Pavilion. As we return from that media timeout, as Monty Bowser got teed up and he's out of here. As Cole Bajima will take these free throws after the technical. And he nails down the first. Cole Bajima started all but one game by his tenure here at Washington. And his accolades in high school are some of the best you'll ever see, as his resume stacks all across the board. And he misses the second free throw, which includes All-State, MVP awards, state titles, regional titles, whatever. You name it, he's a veteran. He nails down the second free throw. It's 40-29, the Huskies lead. He has another chance to make another one. And he rims that one out, and it's no good.
So we had 4 free throws there, and Washington is going to keep the ball. That's luckily he missed 2 of them, but
yeah.
Yeah, the foul out and the technical.
Husky swinging around, and foul, no shot on the floor. And Bears don't figure out soon. These Huskies might pull away, as you can feel the momentum shifting right here at Haas Pavilion.
Yeah, Washington was able to get a nice little switch there. you had Grant Newell guarding the big man Braxton Mia, and Lars Tiemann just kind of on an island up at the top of the key with Keon Brooks, and that's just not that's not going to work out.
Braxton Mia nails his first free throw. And Braxton Mia out of Fresno, California, but was born in Layton, Utah. Favorite athletes Kevin Durant. Started every game he's played in for the Huskies. He lines up for the second. And it's Cash. He swishes that one through. Bears will inbound it. Joe Brown, point guard for the Golden Bears, brings it up court. As the Huskies put a half-court press, full-court press, I should rather say. Kwani dribbles it. Swings it back to Joe Brown. Back to Kwani at the perimeter. He calls for a screen by Lars Tiemann. That's Alajiki. Drives. No shot on the floor.
Grant Newell actually made a three right as the whistle blew, but it's not going to count. Still 0 of 10, and the Bears down 13 here. Definitely going to need to go on a run soon.
Definitely, with only 15 minutes left. Number 15, Griff Hopkins, 6'4" guard out of Syracuse, New York, will check in for the Huskies as Braxton Mia subs out. Inbound by the Bears. Kwani takes it, dribbles top of the perimeter, swings it back to Joe Brown. Joe Brown passes it. And they're going to call a foul. Bears will retain the ball and inbound it. 42-29. Huskies still leading. Grant Newell swings it to Alajiki. Lars Tiemann at the high block, requesting for the ball. And instead, Kwani will dribble, swings it back to Alajiki for a three. No good. Rebounded by Keon Brooks, who swings it. Corin Johnson, crossover, drives, floater. It's no good. Rebounded by Brooks. Nope. It'll be a jump ball. Hell ball, I should rather say, and the Huskies will retain it.
Definitely an interesting call for a jump ball there. Grant Newell ripped it away, and they call it a jump ball instead, which means it's gonna go back to Washington.
Inbound. Grant Newell steals it,
and now they're gonna call a foul.
Questionable foul call right there by the refs.
Oh, looks okay. The foul's against Washington, but still, that takes 2 points away from Grant Newell. He had a fast break, he had a layup. Although those aren't givens with this team.
Langston Wilson will check in for the Huskies. Jackson Grant subbed out. Grant Newell double at the perimeter. Kwani. Okafor, spin move, up and under, and it's good.
That's just a nice individual play by Andy Okafor. Saw some of the fans call in for an open Sam Alajiki under the basket, and that's definitely one of the issues with the team vision, but he's able to make it work anyways.
Keon Brooks in the paint, loves that shot. No good, rebounded by Kwani. The forward out of Melbourne, Australia. Grant Newell for three in the corner. Rims in and out, no good. Rebounded by Okafor. He goes up, dribbles in the paint, throws a wild shot. No good. They're going to call it travel after it seemed as if he was getting banged up a little bit by the Huskies. Down low. And the Huskies will take possession as Keon Brooks waits for the inbound.
Another open three won't fall. 3-point shooting lows up to 0 of 12.
Grant Newell subs out as Omina Onwuanu subs in. Corin Johnson takes the inbound pass from Brooks. He brings it up court. Corin Johnson back to Brooks for three. He lets it rain, and that's good. Keon Brooks, not known for his three ball, but he's shown a little bit of improvement this season, as that's one of the few holes in his games, is the three shot. And he drains it there, 45-31. Huskies lead. Joe Brown through his legs, dribbles, calls for a screen. Kwani instead takes the ball back to Joe Brown once again. Okafor with the screen, pick and roll. It's Kwani. He drives up, and he makes the layup, but they're going to call an offensive foul against Kwani, and these fans down here in Berkeley are not loving what they're seeing.
And it looks like Kwani's shaken up on the play as well. Able to get up on his own power.
Huskies will now inbound the ball as Keon Brooks dishes it to Menefield. Keon Menefield swings it to Johnson. Back to Menefield, to Brooks. Back to Johnson. Menefield once again dribbles. Step back, no. Warren Johnson drives, penetrates. Throws up a shot, wild shot. He makes it somehow. Washington bench stands up as they approve of that jump shot, 47-31.
You can't really play much better defense than that, but that's just a spectacular finish there.
No doubt. So Anyuanu dished it to Okafor in a wild pass, and the Bears will lose possession after a sloppy pass by Anyuanu.
Anyawu, he definitely rushed that pass, and the Okafor wide open under the basket.
Warren Johnson to Keon Brooks. He drives to the paint after a few pump fakes. That's Langston Wilson. He drains the beautiful mid-range baseline, Jay. Washington now on a 7-0 run over the last minute and 22 seconds, and they're 3 of 3 in their last field goals. Alajinki had open three, instead passes it to Marcellus Roberson for a slashing two-pointer. And there's going to be a timeout on the floor as Washington leads 49-33. We'll take it to a short music break down at the station with Elias Myers. You're listening to Cal X Radio 90.7 FM, your source for all things Cal sports. Welcome back. We're here live at the Haas Pavilion. Cal men's basketball facing off against the Washington Huskies. Matthew Flores alongside here with Rohan Gandhi as the Huskies inbound, and it's stolen by Brown. He swings to Kwani, goes up, dishes it back to Brown for three-pointer. Nope. Roberson. So Anyuanu. He throws up a shot and gets that swatted by Keon Brooks.
That was definitely an odd sequence here as Brown stole that one, and then Kwani had it underneath, and he passed it back out to Brown. Totally missed an opportunity, but it'll end up at the line anyways.
Real awkward turn of events right there as there's an immediate timeout on the floor. We'll keep things here at Haas Pavilion. Huskies shooting at 49% of the field with 18 of 37 shots so far. They're shooting 29% from three ball, nailing down 4 of 14, and they're 69% from the free throw line, shooting 9 of 13 to that end, and 12 turnovers, and they scored 14 off of Cal's turnovers with 28 rebounds for the Huskies, and 2 steals and 7 assists. And for the Bears, 26% on field goals, 11 of 43, which is pretty terrible. And as we've been mentioning throughout this broadcast, Cal's yet to hit home a three-pointer, 0 of 12, 0%. And they're shooting 61% from the free throw line, 11 of 18. And with 11 minutes left, 33-49. What has to change, Rohan, for these Bears to get their first lead of the night?
I mean, it's simple. The shots got to go in. I know it's a bit of a simplification. Specifically the three-pointers, you look at 0 of 12, you're never going to win 0 of 12 shooting three. But the real difference in this game from a statistical standpoint is 49% versus 26%. And it's not necessarily that Washington is even getting better looks. It's just that they're making shots. They're hitting threes. They're making contested fast break layups, and that's just Cal's just not doing that, and that's the difference in this game right now.
Exactly. Basketball's a simple game. ball goes in the hoop or it doesn't. Make good passes or you don't. And for Cal, just haven't made enough shots tonight, and that's been the case throughout this season, as they're on pace for having one of the worst seasons in Cal men's basketball history, this program. And to that end, also one of the worst seasons in Pac-12 conference play, as Cal is at the free throw line, and that's Obina on Uwanu. Nails the first. He lines up for the second. Pretty good turnout tonight for the Berkeley faithful, as Anyuanu nails the second, 35-49. Lauren Johnson brings it up court. She dribbles through the legs, passes it to Jamal Bay. Lauren Johnson takes a screen from Brooks, and it's deflected off Kwani. Some good defense there.
Kwani hasn't found his shot yet tonight, but he's been playing some solid defense.
No doubt, Kwani, the lengthy forward, as he lines up on defense. When Johnson dribbles, stops, loses his dribble, swings it to Benjamin. As he loses it, it'll be turnover as he steps out of bounds. Cal will therefore take possession with just 11 minutes under in the second half. This game winds down. Joel Brown brings it up as one of the only remaining guards on this Cal team. They've dealt with the plethora of injuries. Kwani has open three-pointer and decides not to take it. He drives instead. Baseline. Right-handed layup is no good. Fast break by the Huskies. Foul on the floor, despite Corin Johnson pleading for the free throws.
Washington is in the bonus, so we'll get a 1-and-1 here.
Johnson lines up. No good. Joe Brown brings it up behind the back, and he tacks penetration to the paint. Up, no good. Rebounded by the Bears. Marcellus Robertson drives. No good again. Rebounded by the Huskies. And Keon Benefield brings it back up, swings it to Jamal Bay. He drives. Bears somehow get the ball after a steal, apparently. Lob. Grant Newell instead goes up and he airballs a wide open layup.
I think that sequence just about summarizes how the night's been, as it looks like Menifield's going to get to the line and he's fouled on the fast break. But yeah, that sequence definitely summarizes the entire game. You got Cal going down, missing a shot, second chance, misses another shot. UW comes the other way, turnover, Cal another couple of chances, can't get him to go, and when it's all said and done, Keon Benefield is going to have a couple of chances at the free throw line.
Benefield missed the first one from subs coming in for the Bears. And Keon Benefield, the freshman for the Huskies, has a bright future and scored 56 points for PHH Prep against Arizona Junior College, Cosisi College last year. So he can light up the scoreboard. So he lines up for the second free throw, and he misses both of them. Not a good look for the freshman. Bears rebound.
Ren Robinson checking in now for Cal has got to dip even further into the bench depth. Looks like that's a 10-second violation, and that is coaching. That is coaching. If you can't find a way to get your players, instruct them, because this full court press has been a factor all game, and you got to pass out of it. You can't dribble through it. They're double teaming you. And Ren Robinson just checking into the game here.
Jamal Bay, no good. Rebounded by the Bears. Marcellus Robertson at the wing. Grant Newell baseline, drives it up. The hook shot, no good. Rebounded by Samuel Jicking. He goes up for the flush. 37-49 with 9 minutes left to go.
Well, they do say air balls go to the offense, and that was an air ball by Grant Newell that just ends up perfectly in the arms of Sam Alajiki.
Definitely, and after the Cal dunk by Alajiki, it's going to be a timeout by Washington with Coach Mike Hopkins. With that, we'll take a short break, send it back to the studio. You're listening to Cal X Radio 90.7 FM, your source for all things Cal sports.
Jam earlier in the game, and now he's just making sure that they notice him and put him on Sports Center tonight.
No doubt, Young Brooks having a great night as per usual. 51-37, Huskies leading. That's Roberson with the funky-looking three-pointer. It doesn't go. Alajiki goes up, and it's no good. Wild shot rebounded by Grant Newell. He goes up, and he's fighting hard, and he makes it. Grant Newell having another great game against the Huskies. He loves playing against this squad. He has 12 points on the night. As Minifield brings it back up very quickly. Brooks goes up again, and it's rejected by Anyuwanu. Put some respect on his name, he says. Alajiki back to Roberson. Alajiki lines up for three instead. Pump fake, stops his dribble. And missed three-pointer by Cal again. As Washington pushes the tempo in transition. Corn Johnson and Minifield. Going to call blocking foul, no shot.
Alajiki and Corin Johnson hit the deck hard there, but looks like they're all good to go.
Coach Fox is going to bring in some subs as we have 8 minutes left in this game. And any type of change might draw Cal a potential comeback. Never know. As Warren Johnson lines up for some more free throws.
Cal still within striking distance. As looks like the players didn't know the scenario. This is double bonus, not 1-and-1. They started going for the rebound after the first missed free throw from Johnson.
Morris Teeman checks back in. Some other subs for the Bears. Keon Brooks, the star for Washington, subs out for Coach Mike Hopkins in Washington. Kwani inbounds. It's Joe Brown. Kwani takes it. And he needs to get this ball across half court, and he does to Marcellus Roberson. Joe Brown, number one for the Bears. Swings it back to Roberson. We're seeing a lot more playing time than usual with Monty Bowser fouling out earlier tonight. Begin the half. Kwani dribbles back to Alajiki for three in the corner. He loves that spot, and it's good. Cal finally nailing their first three-pointer of the night. And they're 1 of 15 on the night.
I mean, you look at the score right now, and that is literally the difference in the game. You got Washington 4 of 15, Cal 1 of 15, and it's a 10-point game.
Braxton Mia banging down low against Lars Kieman. Two big men going at it. Who's going to win? Battle of the 7-footers. And Mia misses the shot, but they're going to call a foul. And the fans are booing that. There should be timeout on the floor. Media timeout, that is, as Washington leads 52-42 with 7 minutes left. And Cal still in this game somehow. But, I mean, what is there to say, Rohan? With 7 minutes left, what do they have to do to get this lead?
I mean, for now, you're still within striking distance. It's a 10-point game. You got to start hitting shots. You got to go on a little bit of a flurry here. Strike quickly. A couple of turnovers. A couple of fouls. A couple of and ones. Something to just change the momentum a little bit. Get that momentum going in your favor, and in just an instant, this could be a 1 or 2 possession game.
Definitely, and if you're just tuning in now, we're here at Haas Pavilion in Cal men's basketball. The Bears facing off against the Huskies, and these two teams faced off back in the back end of January, and resulting in an overtime defeat, which Cal lost. Grant Newell had himself a game against the Huskies. 21 points and 10 boards. He's having himself another game tonight. But despite all of that, Cal's still down as we have a media timeout at the break. And story for the Huskies, once again, as it usually is they're led by Keon Brooks, the senior, with 17 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double. Pulled the secret sauce. This is an in and out. Cal's led by Grant Newell, 12 points, and Kwani has 6 rebounds. As this game winds down with 7 minutes left. So Washington still in a double bonus. Anytime they'll get fouled, they'll have some free throws, as is the case right now. And Braxton Mia lines up.
Braxton Mia, he's got a very interesting free throw form. He uses one hand, no guide hand, and you'll see a few NBA players starting to convert to using this form, and it does improve their performance at the free throw line. So we'll see if he knocks these down.
Definitely, he has a very unorthodox form, and he bricks the first one. As the Cal marching band eggs him on. Right next to us over here at Haas Pavilion. They get loud for the second free throw as Mia lines up. Bricks another one, rebounded by Lars Tiemann. And Joel Brown gets the ball at half. Swings it to Kwani. They pass half court. Rebounded or pass to Marcellus Robertson, I should rather say. She does a crossover. Alajiki brings it to the perimeter. Back to Marcellus Robertson. Kwani pump fakes, drives after a series of moves, and it's picked by Jamal Bay.
That one going off a Washington foot, so it'll stay with Cal, but these next few possessions big. You know, you got to start cutting into this lead, get into single digits.
A wild inbound pass.
Another one.
By the Bears, not really sure what they're doing. And Coach Fox sitting there, not really doing much, it seems like, as he talks to Alajinki. The refs talk this one over.
So it's a foul, so that's going to help out the Bears a bit.
And there's about a flurry of boos and yelling down here in the Haas. The fans don't like what they're seeing.
It's a tech. Yeah, it's a tech on Keon Brooks. Where is it? Oh, it's a double tech. So Kwani and Keon Brooks both going to get a tech here. Tension's rising.
Washington, no field goals in their last 2 minutes and 34 seconds. As Marcellus Robertson for the Bears inbounds it to Sam Alajiki. Back to Robertson, number one. Down low, Lars Tiemann, and he flushes it with some power. Some German power, he says. The big man, number 21, Lars Tiemann, senior.
That's a side of Lars Tiemann that we haven't seen a whole lot of. You know, he's got that big body. Sometimes he's like, why doesn't he just dunk it? There he is.
Definitely.
Throws it down.
Brooks lines up for the elbow, no good. And the Bears will get the ball, and you can feel some of the momentum shifting back again as Lars Tiemann ignites some excitement down here in Haas.
Single-digit game. A little bit of a run. Washington hasn't made a field goal in the last 3 minutes. Defense fueling offense.
And the Washington assassin, Grant Newell, checks back in. Inbounds it to Joel Brown. He faces a half-court press. Kwani, number 13, dishes it back to Joel Brown. As Joel Brown orchestrates his offense. Point guard for the Bears. Lots of passing back and forth beyond the perimeter for the Golden Bears tonight, as usual. Grant Newell pump fakes, stops the dribble for some reason. Joel Brown dishes it up. Nice left-hand layup by Joel Brown.
That's what he can do. He's a slasher. He gets to the rim. If he gets a little bit of space, he can finish nicely there as the crowd is starting to get on their feet.
Definitely. Cal rocking those classic white unis against. And there's a foul on the floor. The fans don't like what they're seeing, but it's getting rowdy up in here tonight in Berkeley. It's one of the last home games here. Fans want to see a win. And it's a questionable call tonight, I must say, from the refs.
It looked like Lars Tiemann got that ball cleanly. I'm going to show the replay here on the big screen, and that is I don't know where the foul is. I don't know.
And it's getting very loud up here right now. The fans are booing the refs as a questionable call, and I don't know if I've seen it this loud in a while for a Calumet's basketball game. As Menifee drains the free throw, these fans know what's at stake. And if you don't know, it looks like Johnson and Menifee barking at each other, the two young Buck guards. Cal on pace for having the worst men's basketball record they've had in program history. And if they don't get a win within their last 4 games of this regular season, they're going to have one of the worst records in Pac-12 history. Menifee lines up, makes the second free throw with confidence. Newell inbounds at Joel Brown. We see a half-court press. See if the Bears can pass through this. You can't dribble through a press. You're going to have to pass for that. Grant Newell takes it. Joel Brown mans the offense. He yells at Alajaki to come get the ball. 20-20, demanding the ball at the elbow. He looks for it. Newell, a few pump fakes. Alajaki back to 20-20, and it's deflected out of bounds. Bears will retain ball. Cal 3 of 3 in their last field goal attempts. No field goals made by the Huskies. In contrast, for the last 14 minutes, with just 4 minutes left in this second half down here in Berkeley.
Yeah, under 5 minutes. It's starting to get into a little bit of desperation mode for the Bears. Tiemann had to, oh man, Tiemann is down. He's in pain.
Brooks with the two-hand flush as Lars Tiemann appears to be limping after he took a pretty awkward fall. 56-46, Washington leads. And looks like Tiemann is going to be subbed out for the 22 Andy Okafor, 6'9" forward.
With Tiemann unable to run the floor there, I mean, there's just no interior defense, and Keon Brooks with an easy jam, and now it's back up to a 10-point game, 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. You got to start stringing together points.
Cal inbounds it. Joel Brown at the elbow, or back to Alajaki for a 3. It's deep, and he swings it in. The trifecta for Sam Alajaki. Crowd loves what they're seeing. 7-point game down here at Haas. Keon Menifee brings it up for the Huskies at half. He lets the clock wind down. We have 4 minutes left. 18 on the shot clock. Back to Corin Johnson. Back to Keon Brooks Jr. He loves that pain. He lives there. He passes out. Bears collapse on him that time. Corin Johnson dribbles. Step back on Okafor. No good. Air ball.
Joel Brown, it looks like he stepped out of bounds on the rebound. He stepped out of bounds on the rebound. That's just unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. And this Cal coaching staff barking at their players and barking at the refs, as they know how crucial this game is. We've been talking about it all night. History is on the line for this Calumet's basketball team, and if they can't get a win within their next 4 regular season games, this will be the worst team foul of history. For the second worst throw in Calumet's basketball history. Bricks another one, rebounded by Lars Tiemann, and Joel Brown gets the ball at half. Swings it to Kwani. They pass half court. Rebounded or passed to Marcellus Robertson, I should rather say. She does a crossover. Alajaki brings it to the perimeter. Back to Marcellus Robertson. Kwani pump fakes, drives after a series of moves, and it's picked by Jamal Bay.
That one going off a Washington foot, so it'll stay with Cal. But these next few possessions, big. You know, you got to start cutting into this lead, get it into single digits.
A wild inbound pass.
Another one.
By the Bears. I'm not really sure what they're doing. And Coach Fox sitting there. Not really doing much, it seems like, as he talks to Alajinki. The refs talk this one over.
So it's a foul, so that's going to help out the Bears a bit.
And there's about a flurry of boos and yelling down here in the Haas. The fans don't like what they're seeing.
It's a tech. Yeah, it's a tech on Keon Brooks. Where is it? Oh, it's a double tech. So Kwani and Keon Brooks both going to get a tech here. Tension's rising.
Washington, no field goals in their last 2 minutes and 34 seconds. As Marcellus Roberson for the Bears inbounds, it's Sam Alajiki. Back to Roberson, number 1. Down low, Lars Tiemann, and he flushes it with some power. Some German power, he says. The big man, number 21, Lars Tiemann, senior.
It's a side of Lars Tiemann that we haven't seen a whole lot of. You know, he's got that big body. Sometimes he's like, why doesn't he just dunk it? There he is. Definitely. Throws it down.
Brooks lines up for the elbow, no good. And the Bears will get the ball, and you can feel some of the momentum shifting back again as Lars Tiemann ignites some excitement down here in Haas.
Single-digit game. A little bit of a run. Washington hasn't made a field goal in the last 3 minutes. Defense fueling offense.
And the Washington Assassin Grant Newell checks back in. Inbounds it to Joel Brown. He faces a half-court press. Kwani, number 13, dishes it back to Joel Brown. As Joel Brown orchestrates his offense. Point guard for the Bears. Lots of passing back and forth beyond the perimeter for the Golden Bears tonight, as usual. Grant Newell pump fakes, stops the dribble for some reason. Joel Brown dishes it up. Nice left-hand layup by Joel Brown.
That's what he can do. He's a slasher. He gets to the rim. If he gets a little bit of space, he can finish nicely there as the crowd is starting to get on their feet.
Definitely. Cal rocking those classic white unis against. And there's a foul on the floor. The fans don't like what they're seeing, but it's getting rowdy up here tonight in Berkeley. It's one of the last home games here. Fans want to see a win. And some questionable calls tonight, I must say, from the refs.
It looked like Lars Tiemann got that ball cleanly. I'm going to show the replay here on the big screen, and that is I don't know where the foul is. I don't know.
And it's getting very loud up here right now. The fans are booing the refs as a questionable call, and I don't know if I've seen it this loud in a while for a Cal men's basketball game. As Menifee drains the free throw, these fans know what's at stake. And if you don't know, it looks like Johnson and Menifee barking at each other, the two young Buck guards. Cal on pace for having the worst men's basketball record they've had in program history. And if they don't get a win within their last 4 games of this regular season, they're going to have one of the worst records in Pac-12 history. Menifee lines up, makes the second free throw with confidence. Newell inbounds at Joel Brown. We see a half-court press. See if the Bears can pass through this. You can't dribble through a press. You're going to have to pass through that. Grant Newell takes it. Joel Brown mans the offense. He yells at Alajiki to come get the ball. Kwani demanding the ball at the elbow. He looks for it. Newell, a few pump fakes. Alajiki back to Kwani, and it's deflected out of bounds. Bears will retain ball. Cal 3 of 3 in the last field goal attempts. No field goals made by the Huskies. In contrast, for the last 14 minutes, with just 4 minutes left in this second half down here in Berkeley.
Yeah, under 5 minutes. It's starting to get into a little bit of desperation mode for the Bears. Tiemann had to. Oh man, Tiemann is down. He's in pain.
Brooks with the two-hand flush as Flores Tiemann appears to be limping after he took a pretty awkward fall. 56-46, Washington leads. And looks like Tiemann is going to be subbed out for the 22 Andy Okafor, 6'9" forward.
With Tiemann unable to run the floor there, I mean, there's just no interior defense, and Keon Brooks with an easy jam, and now it's back up to a 10-point game, 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining. You got to start stringing together points.
Cal inbounds it, Joel Brown at the elbow, back to Aljiki for a three. It's deep, and he swings it in. The trifecta for Sam Aljiki. Crowd loves what they're seeing. 7-point game down here at Haas. Keon Menefield brings it up for the Huskies at half. He lets the clock wind down. We have 4 minutes left, 18 on the shot clock. Back to Corin Johnson. Back to Keon Brooks Jr. He loves that paint. He lives there. He passes it out. Bears collapsed on him that time. Corin Johnson dribbles. Step back on Okafor. No good. Air ball.
Joel Brown, it looks like he stepped out of bounds on the rebound. He stepped out of bounds on the rebound. That's just unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. And this Cal coaching staff barking at their players and barking at the refs, as they know how crucial this game is. We've been talking about it all night. History is on the line for this Cal men's basketball team, and if they can't get a win within their next 4 regular season games, this will be the worst team in Pac-12 history and the worst team in Cal men's basketball history. And there's a media timeout on the floor, but during that timeout there appeared to be a technical called on the guard, number 0, Corin Johnson. For whatever reason, he got teed up. Appeared to be barking at the refs after he thought he was fouled on the jump shot. And with just under 4 minutes left, crucial technical foul called on Johnson as the Bears will presumably take some free throws. And
we'll see what the end result is after the refs sort all of this out. Looks like they're having a conversation by the monitor, but 49-56, still within striking distance, but time is running out. Under 4 minutes.
Time is running out indeed, and the Bears have not had the lead once throughout these 2 halves, and they look to get the first lead of the game with just under 4 minutes left as the Berkeley band is riled up over here at Haas. The fans are on their feet for one of the last games here at Haas Pavilion this season for men's basketball. Saturday will face Washington State. The game will be called by Alex Wong and myself. But for tonight, we're here alongside Rohan Gandhi, Elias Myers down in the studio. And the refs still discussing what they're going to do on that previous play. The call's on the floor shortly. But, I mean, for Washington, the name of the game has been their star player, Keon Brooks, with 19 points and 10 rebounds, double-double, doing what he does best in the paint, creating open shots, and you can sure bet you might see this guy playing in the NBA someday. And there's a reason why he's the second leading scorer in the Pac-12 with just under 18. He has his average 19 on the night, 2 points above that. I mean, Rohan, what does Cal have to do to contain Brooks? I mean, we've seen a few double teams in the second half, but he's still getting his shots whenever he wants.
The key is definitely forcing him out on the perimeter. He can make threes a little bit, but overall, when he gets in the paint, he is so athletic, so strong, and it's bad news if he gets the ball in the paint. So really trying to deny him the ball in the first place. And I mean, yeah, Keon Brooks, He's their best player. He's having himself a game, 19 points, 10 rebounds. That's a very solid double-double stat line, but containing him in the last few minutes of this game could be a make or break for the Bears.
Definitely, as both teams take the court, Quanti lines up for the free throws after there was a technical called on Washington guard Corin Johnson. Quanti lines up, gets quiet in here. He nails the first.
Just going to bring attention to a little bit of foul trouble. Quanti and Braxton Mia, a couple of key forwards for these teams. Both on 4 fouls. If they do pick up another one, and they are both on the floor right now, if either of them picks up another foul, they will be out of the game. We already saw Monty Bowser foul out of this one for Cal.
Definitely inbound for Cal. As you mentioned, Keon Brooks with 5 fouls tonight. One more, or actually no, not 5 fouls on the night, but Cal inbounds. Quanti takes it. Alan Jakey back to Joel Brown. Lots of passing action tonight for the Golden Bears. Joel Brown back to Quanti once again, and it's deflected. Somehow it ends up in Okafor's hands. He goes up and he gets blocked. Rebounded by Quanti. He throws it up. Wild shot, no good. Ends up in Jamal Bay's hands. After a few wild shots by the Bears. And it seems as if whenever the Bears get in the paint, they get a little bit too excited and they throw up wild shots.
Here comes some Cal optometry play under review. Definitely a big call coming here. Do you know exactly what they're reviewing?
This game is really slowed down. I'm not really sure what they're reviewing right there, as potentially a foul on the floor maybe. And refs really taking a hold of this game throughout both halves, and you can really tell. I mean, this game slowed down. Just 3 minutes left. A 6-point game. After Cal missed the layup by Quanti. He's 0 of 9 on the night with 5 points to go with that. Both teams with double-digit turnovers tonight. Washington has 15 and Cal has 12. And some heavy minutes by Keon Brooks with 34 and Jamal Bay at 36 and Keon Menefield with 37. Joel Brown, 33 minutes played tonight. As Cal turns the ball over, it looks like, and the refs made the decision, and Washington will take the ball out. Keon Brooks, number 1, the former Kentucky forward, for transfer here to Washington for his final season in his collegiate career. And the fans booing the refs. They don't like what's been called on the floor.
Oh, wow, they've teed up the Cal bench. This is not the time.
Wow. Big call there as Keon Brooks will head to the free throw line for some easy points. And he makes it after it rims around.
That's good players get good bounces, and that's what he just got.
He nails the second with ease. 58-50. And for Cal, been in this game, but it doesn't really matter when they're shooting themselves in the feet.
That is a terrible time for attack. I mean, I don't know if it was Coach Fox, but somebody on the bench just... Yeah.
As Washington has the ball. 58-50, they lead. Brooks goes up, gets big, and he nails that as he knocks over Grant Newell with the easy jump shot baseline. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here at Haas Pavilion. 10-point game, Huskies lead. Joel Brown at the perimeter. We'd love to see him slash a little bit more. It's what he does best. Hasn't done that really tonight. He throws up a floater, and it's good. It's what he does best. And timeout on the floor. I mean, 8-point game, and we've talked about this throughout the night. Huskies still winning, but I mean, Cal is in this game nevertheless. But with technical calls, Turnovers, not a recipe for success.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a 4-point swing there. You had Keon Brooks with the 2 technical free throws, and then some bully ball on the inside, taking it right to Grant Newell and scoring, put it back up to a 10-point game. Bears had it down to a 2-possession game at 6, and then Joel Brown with the floater to cut it to 8. In order for Cal to win this game, realistically, Washington cannot score. Basically have to play perfect from here on out for the next 2 minutes and 35 seconds. See if Cal can force some turnovers here.
Definitely. And Cal with some time, just 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Washington brings it up court. Lauren Johnson, the 0, dribbles around, killing some clock. Guarded by Grant Newell on the perimeter, lengthy forward. Pass to Minifield. He throws up a wild 3-pointer. He bricks it as the shot clock is winding down. Joe Brown brings it up court as the Bears need to push tempo with just 2 minutes left, and they're down by 8. And it's stolen by Johnson. He picked the pocket, and he misses it. Rebounded by Minifield. He dips that up, and he makes it 2 points.
That is a terrible mistake by this Cal offense. They got the stop, they got the ball, and then they're throwing the ball around the perimeter like they have 45 minutes on the clock. And back up to a 10-point game. Tension's still pretty high here, though.
Joel Brown will head at the sideline after getting smacked in the face. Appears to be bleeding, so he'll take some medical attention. Huskies lead 62-52 with a minute and 53 seconds left. And Ren Robinson looks to check in for the Bears.
Yeah, Robinson and Brown, the only point guards left on this roster.
Yeah, real lack of depth for the Bears. They have some major injuries. Devin Askew out, John Clayton, just to name a few. Robinson swings it. Newell gets at the elbow. He puts up a J. It's no good. And the reality for Mark Fox is starting to hit, because he's obviously frustrated. And he's faced a lot of heat this season for a terrible season from his squad. And he's definitely in the hot seat, and the loss tonight won't help his matters.
Yeah, this one is going to be a loss in the second to last home game of the year. Got one more on Saturday, but unless Cal can pull off an upset victory, this is going to go down as one of the worst seasons in Power 6 college basketball history.
No doubt. Cal has 4 more regular season games left, and they'll be facing Washington State this Saturday for the last homestand of the season for the Bears. And Mark Fox, as mentioned, on the hot seat after a historically terrible season thus far for the Bears. And blame all around when you look at this basketball program, not just the men's team, but also the women's team. As Keon Brooks lines up for the free throw. That's cash for him, the veteran forward. But 57 seconds left in this game, and it looks all but over as Brooks misses the second. 63-52, Huskies lead with 50 seconds left in this game. As Joe Brown dribbles around, loses it momentarily. Back to Marcellus Robertson, who drives, dumps it off, and it's stolen. Rebounded by Jabal Bay. Minifield dunks it home with swagger. Robertson drives again, and Okafor goes up, and he makes it. 30 seconds left. Huskies will probably dribble this one now as Minifield does a big crossover. Back to Jamal Bay. Where's my Bay at? As he says. Swings it back around. Minifield has it. 15 seconds left, and this game is all but over, folks. 65-54. It looks like the Huskies will steal another win against the Bears. Their second of the season against the Bears. And Mark Fox, the Bears steal it. Al Jackie goes up for a flush. And the fans applaud the efforts. And it's all but over as this clock winds down. And the Huskies lose in their second to last game of the season here at Haas Pavilion, 65-56. Mark Fox and the Bears go down once again as they're on pace for having one of the worst seasons in Cal men's basketball program's history. Along with that, if they can't win their remaining 4 games, they'll have the worst Pac-12 record in history. I'm Matthew Flores alongside here with Rohan Gandhi. We'll be back for a short post-game show. But for now, we'll send it back to the station for some music. You're listening to Cal X Radio 90.7 FM, your source for all things Cal sports.